This is a channeled message in light language activation to help you become unstuck and have breakthroughs. If you found this message, you were meant to. Oya katakakaya bakakashia, katakakaoya bakakashia, bakashia, bakashia, bakatakakaka. There is a lot contained in this light language in this message. We'll explain some of it as we go. Part of it is an attunement for your light bodies. This light language is also planting information in your field to help you move beyond fear. Pay attention to how fear may be coming up for you right now. Are there themes around that fear? Yeah, katakakashia, bakashia, bakachikia, bakashia, katakakashia, bakashia, katakakaya, bakakashia, katakashia, bakashia, takakakoya, bakachikia, bakashia, bakashikatakaka, shoya, bakashia, bakashikatakaka. Fear can take on many shapes and forms. Notice where you might have a fear program running in your mind, anxiety around certain things. Often underlying fears come disguised as another emotion like anger. So if you find yourself repeatedly angry or irritated about some of the same things, ask yourself, is there a fear behind it that needs to be addressed or unveiled? What is the fear that I'm feeling? Oya bakakashia katakakakoya bakakashia bakashia bakatakakakaya bakakashia bakashia 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 bakatakakakoya bakakashia bakashia bakatakakaka. You're going to feel this light language activation going into your crown. This is a big recalibration. Many energies are shifting around you all the time, and energy shifting within you as a result. Now is a time when seeds that you have planted will begin to sprout for many of you. Think of a dandelion and blowing on a dandelion and spreading those seeds far and wide. See how they're carried by the wind, and you don't know how far they go, and you don't know where those seeds may land and root, because there are many, many seeds that come out of a dandelion. Yeah, bakakashia, bakashia, bakashia, bakatakakoya, bakakashia, bakashia, 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 aya, bakoya, bakakashia, bakashia, 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 bakatakakoya, bakashia, 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 bakatakakaka. And those seeds will sprout in stages. Sometimes you'll see a plant just beginning to break through the soil somewhere in your life, metaphorically speaking, and you'll notice that, hey, something I've planted has anchored. Something I've done has actually taken root, and you may be surprised by this. Other times, you may visit an area in your life that you haven't looked at in a long time and realize there's a whole tree there that wasn't there before, figuratively speaking, that you planted without your knowing. Now is a time for becoming unchained and unstuck and reaping the rewards of the seeds that you've planted. Have you felt stuck in a holding pattern? Every holding pattern, every time you feel stuck in your life, is always manifested from within. Anything external in your life is just a reflection of what is going on within you being reflected back to you. And when you feel stuck, there are different flavors of being stuck. It's easy to play the blame game and blame yourself or to blame others or to blame circumstances for how you feel stuck. All of those things are disempowering. So take your power back. Recognize that sometimes when you felt stuck, it may have been for your highest good. It is not a punishment. There are times when you felt stuck because you weren't quite ready to face something within yourself that needed to be healed. And then when you do finally face that thing within yourself that you've been avoiding, dramatic things can happen sometimes to shift you out of, sometimes all at once, where you get a call you weren't expecting, a new opportunity arrives, a door opens, and suddenly you are no longer stuck at all. Oya pakakashia kachia pakashia bakatukoya bakakashia bakashia bakashia katakakoya bakashia bakashia takakaka aya bakoya bakashia katikoya bakakashia bakashia bakashia bakatakaka. Sometimes if you felt stuck, you may be acting out a pattern you learned earlier in life, and you've created a situation that asks you to let go of that old pattern for good. For example, perhaps you may have been chastised at some point in your life for pushing against certain boundaries. And so then you become afraid to push back against certain boundaries. Or maybe you convinced yourself that there are certain parameters that you needed to stay within in order to stay safe, to keep from being reprimanded, to keep from being punished based on past experiences. Patterns like this are based in fear. Love is the opposite of fear. So when you feel stuck and where you feel stuck in your life, pay attention to what kind of fear is behind that. What does that fear come from? And bring that fear into the light. Take that fear into your third eye chakra and look at it from multiple perspectives. Ask yourself, is this fear my own? Or is this a pattern that I've learned from others? Is this fear my own? And what's behind it? The key to becoming unstuck is self-forgiveness. Sometimes when you've been stuck, you've done so on purpose in order to give yourself an opportunity to grow and learn. And sometimes you were waiting due to other factors. We're here to tell you that you don't have to keep waiting. You do hold the keys, truly, and it's time to more fully take your power back. Many of you throughout humanity and humanity as a whole have had your power usurped by fear programs that you've adopted and inherited. It's part of the collective trauma, and this is one of the key things to be healed right now. And the shift that it will create will be magnetized and magnified exponentially. What would it feel like to step beyond your greatest fear? How do you resist this? Where do you feel it in your body? How do you feel it physically? There is no fear in love. So the key to moving beyond fear is allowing yourself to fully receive love. Fear and control are synonymous and go hand in hand. Give your fear lots of love. Give it acceptance. Allow it to speak to you. Embrace it and take it into your heart and watch it be transmuted. You might find that this fear that seemed like a giant lead weight that felt like it weighed 2 tons is really as light as a feather when it's given enough love and it feels seen. You are not being controlled. Let the chains fall off and recognize how powerful you actually are. It's very difficult while you are human to even understand the magnitude of your own power as creator beings. What you create with your emotions and your thoughts. You have a power and ability to create and manifest that is unsurpassed in all of creation. Let that sink in. We will say that again. You have a power to create and manifest that is unsurpassed in all of creation. The only thing that can actually stop you is you. And you all entered into this life and this incarnation that you're in now with the ability to learn how to harness your abilities more fully. And the first step is accepting that you have these abilities, that you're actually that powerful. You have the power to create from love. The time is coming when this will be commonplace and you will be experiencing a whole new reality. You are indeed shifting into that reality now, both individually and collectively as a species. And so congratulate yourselves and know that the red carpet has been rolled out for you into your new best life. Part of what's coming through in this light language is dissipating and releasing shame energy. It's a collective trauma, and most people carry some kind of shame energy. Now is a time for fully releasing that low frequency because it cannot stand up to the high vibration of the true you. This is a time when you're all experiencing what we'll term as kind of feathering. You are transitioning into a whole new configuration energetically. You are being heavily supported by so much energy, the high frequencies in the planet now that you are being inundated with. And so that's why it's so much more important to loosen up the shackles and let them fall away, because the new configuration of you that's coming online is much too big for it. You've outgrown the old restraints. In a sense, you've never really known what it's like to be able to fly. You've always been in the nest, and now your feathers are coming in, and they're coming in quite nicely. You are experiencing growing pains as a result. And as those feathers come in, you will take some steps to venture out and attempt flight, and you will find, to your surprise, that you can fly, figuratively speaking. Yeah, bakakashia, bakashia, katakakakai, bakakashia, bakashia, bakatakakai, bakakashia, bakachiki, kakaka. Aya, bakakashia, bakashia, 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 bakatakakai, bakashia, bakashia, dakakashia, bakashia, bakatakakai, bakakashia, bakatakaka. Aya, katakia, bakashia, katakakai, bakashia, katakaka. Aya, kachia, bakashia, katakakai, bakashia, katakia, bakashia, katakakai, bakashia, katakaka. Aya, kashia, katakakai, bakashia, katakakai, bakashia, bakatakakai, bakashia, katakakai, bakashia, kashia, Oye bakashia takaka. Ay bakashia bakashia gachaka bakashia bakashia takaka. Ay bakashia bakashia takaka. So let go of the old limits. We'll say this again and again and again because many of the programs running in your mind are based on an old dynamic and revolve around some old wounds and old training that does not apply to you anymore. You have the ability to make your own rules and decide. And know when you set your mind to something and you accept your power as a creator being and do so with love, that the resources will arrive. The resources must arrive. And they may do so in a way that seems like a miracle. Oye bakakashia katakakai bakakashia bakashia 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 dakakakai bakakashia bakashia bakashia dakakaka. Aya bakakashia bakashia bakashia kakakai bakakashia bakashia bakashia dakakakai bakakashia bakashakakai bakakashia bakashakaka. Aya bakakashia bakashia bakashia katakakai bakakoi bakakashia katakaka. Aya kashia bakashia katakakai bakakashia katakaka. Aya kashia katakakai bakashia katakaka. Ay, akashia bakashu, bakashia katakaka. Ay, akashia katakaka, bakashia katakaka, bakashia katakaka. Ay, akashia bakashia katakaka, bakashia katakaka, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka. Ay, bakashia katakaka. Aya bakashia bakashikata kakakai bakashia bakashakaka. Aya kataka. Aya bakataka.